Imagine waking up one day to find your country under the economic siege of powerful nations, sanctions crippling your economy. This is not a hypothetical scenario, but the harsh reality Iran faced. Our tale begins with a thunderous storm of sanctions unveiled by the world's most powerful nations, including the United States and the United Nations. The sanctions were a response to Iran's controversial nuclear program, a program that stirred unease across the globe. The international community, fearing the potential for nuclear armament, sought to curtail Iran's ambitions through economic pressure. The sanctions were expansive and profound. They targeted key sectors of Iran's economy, including its oil exports, which formed the backbone of the nation's financial strength. The goal was straightforward: to choke off the lifeblood of Iran's economy and force the nation into submission. And the impact was immediate. Iran's economy took a sharp nosedive. The country's currency, the rial, plummeted in value, leading to skyrocketing inflation. The cost of living soared as the purchasing power of ordinary Iranians dwindled. But the sanctions did more than just target Iran's economy. They also isolated Iran from the global financial system. It became increasingly challenging for Iran to engage in international trade, even for goods not directly impacted by the sanctions. The sanctions also had a profound effect on the psyche of the Iranian people. The daily struggle became a tangible reminder of the international community's disapproval. It was a stark demonstration of how economic measures could serve as a tool of foreign policy, a tool wielded with immense power and far-reaching implications. Yet, despite these challenges, Iran did not crumble under the weight of the sanctions. Instead, it found ways to adapt and resist. The nation displayed remarkable resilience, weathering the economic storm and finding ways to keep its economy afloat. The sanctions were a heavy blow, yet Iran managed to rise from the ashes. But how? Let's explore. In the face of adversity, Iran's economy displayed an unexpected resilience. It's a tale of a nation that refused to be brought to its knees, responding to economic sanctions with determination and resourcefulness. So how exactly did Iran manage to keep its economy afloat? The answer lies in a mix of strategic measures that Iran adopted to combat the sanctions. Firstly, Iran diversified its economy, a move that lessened the nation's dependence on oil. This diversification strategy saw Iran investing heavily in sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and technology. By focusing on these non-oil sectors, Iran was able to counterbalance the decline in oil revenues, helping to stabilize the economy. The agricultural sector in particular flourished, with Iran becoming one of the top producers in the world of several crops, including wheat, saffron, and pistachios. Similarly, the manufacturing sector also saw a significant boost, with Iran developing its own industries, ranging from automotive to pharmaceuticals. Self-dependence was another key aspect of Iran's resilience. Iran looked inward, focusing on domestic production and reducing its reliance on imports. This shift toward self-sufficiency not only helped to insulate the economy from the sanctions, but also spurred innovation and technological advancement within the country. Lastly, Iran forged new regional alliances, opening up alternative trade routes and markets. By building stronger ties with neighboring countries, Iran was able to maintain trade flows and keep its economy ticking. But let's not gloss over the challenges. The journey was not without its hardships. The sanctions took a toll on the Iranian people, leading to inflation and reduced living standards. Yet, despite these difficulties, Iran's economy showed a remarkable ability to adapt and evolve. Despite the sanctions, Iran's economy not only survived but thrived. It's a testament to the resilience of a nation that refused to be defeated, that looked adversity in the eye and said, "We will not back down." But the story doesn't end here. The journey of Iran's economy, its struggles, triumphs, and the lessons it holds for the world, is a story that continues to unfold. Sanctions didn't only challenge Iran's economy, but also its defense capabilities. However, Iran turned this challenge into an opportunity. In a world where military power often equates to national security and influence, Iran found itself in a precarious position. The sanctions imposed on the country not only hit its economy but also restricted its access to advanced military technology. But rather than being crippled by these restrictions, Iran chose to view it as an opportunity to grow and innovate from within. Iran's response to this challenge was to focus on self-reliance and homegrown technology. The country embarked on an ambitious journey to strengthen its defense capabilities, with an emphasis on missile and drone technology. The restrictions on importing military tech acted as a catalyst, sparking the development of an impressive domestic defense industry. In the face of adversity, Iran managed to push the boundaries of self-sufficiency. It developed an array of homegrown missiles, from short-range ballistic missiles to long-range cruise missiles. The success of these initiatives is a testament to Iran's technological prowess and resilience. But it's not just about missiles. Iran also made significant strides in drone technology. Its arsenal now boasts of unmanned aerial vehicles capable of both surveillance and combat missions. These homegrown drones have added a new layer to Iran's defense capabilities, enhancing its ability to monitor and respond to potential threats. This commitment to self-reliance has helped Iran maintain a robust defense setup despite the sanctions. It has demonstrated that a nation's military might isn't solely dependent on imported technology, but on its ability to innovate and adapt. So Iran's resilience extended beyond its economy into its military. The country has shown that it can rise to challenges and turn them into opportunities for growth. It has proven that limitations can sometimes be the greatest drivers of innovation. The question is, what's the secret behind this resilience? Is it the spirit of the Iranian people, their determination to stand tall in the face of adversity? Or is it the strategic choices made by the country's leaders, the focus on self-reliance and homegrown technology? Whatever the answer, one thing is clear: Iran's story of resilience is a lesson in determination, innovation, and the power of self-reliance. The secret to Iran's resilience lies in its strategy of self-reliance. One might wonder, how can a country under constant international pressure continue to thrive? The answer lies in the power of self-reliance. For Iran, self-reliance isn't just a philosophy, but a way of life, a necessity born out of the need to bolster its economy and fortify its military capabilities in the face of adversity. In the economic realm, Iran has strived to reduce its dependence on oil revenues and diversify its economy. It has made significant strides in sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and technology, creating a more balanced economic structure that's less vulnerable to external shocks. Sanctions, while debilitating, have inadvertently promoted self-reliance within Iran. The restrictions have forced the country to look inwards, to tap into its own resources, and to harness the potential of its people. Yes, the journey hasn't been easy, but it has resulted in the growth of indigenous industries that now stand strong and contribute significantly to the nation's economy. Turning to the military sphere, Iran has adopted a similar approach. Unable to procure arms and technology from abroad due to the sanctions, Iran has developed its own defense industry. From drones to missiles, the country has made impressive strides in military technology, all thanks to its focus on self-reliance. But why is self-reliance so important? Simply put, self-reliance allows a country to control its own destiny, to be less susceptible to external pressures, and to build a strong, resilient economy. It cultivates a sense of pride and fosters innovation as the country looks to its own resources and capabilities to solve problems and meet its needs. Self-reliance has been the cornerstone of Iran's resilience. But what if sanctions had not been imposed? Would Iran be where it is today? The answer to that question is complex, but one thing is clear. Iran's journey of self-reliance has not only empowered its economy and military, but also instilled a sense of tenacity and self-determination among its people, the true strength of a nation. The what-ifs remain unanswered, but they do make us think. Imagine a world where sanctions were never imposed on Iran. Would it have achieved the same level of economic resilience, military might, and self-reliance we've seen today? Or would it have relied more heavily on international relations and trade, potentially altering its path to development? Consider for a moment the potential of Iran's economy without the weight of international sanctions. Iran possesses a wealth of natural resources, including the world's fourth-largest proven deposits of crude oil and the world's second-largest natural gas reserves. If sanctions were never imposed, these resources could have been exploited to a greater extent, perhaps leading to a significantly more prosperous Iran. Yet it's also worth considering the other side of the coin. The imposed sanctions have, in many ways, forced Iran to become more self-reliant and innovative. They've built a robust domestic manufacturing sector and developed impressive military capabilities. Would this have been the case without the sanctions? Would Iran have developed its capabilities to the same extent? And then there's the future to consider. The current situation presents a paradox of sorts. On one hand, the sanctions have undeniably inflicted economic pain. On the other hand, they've also acted as a catalyst for Iran to become more self-reliant and innovative. So, what does the future hold for Iran? Will it continue on its path of resilience and self-reliance, or will it seek to reintegrate into the global economy, and how would that affect its development? The future remains uncertain, but Iran's resilience gives us hope. Now we leave you with a question. What do you think would have happened if sanctions had not been imposed on Iran? Share your thoughts in the comments below.